What is up, guys? Welcome back to YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about the deck that won the Limitless Major, Mad Party. It hasn't been getting the most success, it hasn't been doing amazing across the board, but people still keep playing it. Why is that? We'll look into the deck a little bit, talk about the deck. It hasn't changed too much, and we'll see why it's been doing well. Alright guys, here's the list that ended up winning the Limitless Major number 3 out of the 4 and earned the player that won an invite to the qualifying series, the qualifier. Mad Party is a deck that predominates around using the Mad Party attack that does 20x damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile that has the Mad Party attack. Now, you have Bunnelby, you have Dedenne, you have Polteageist, and you have Galarian Mr. Rime. That's 4 cards. That means your max damage, if you have 1 attacker left, is 300. That's pretty high. Now, why is Mad Party good? Dedenne can't attack with the deck we have built. Mr. Rime can't attack with the deck we have built. But Bunnelby and Polteageist both can attack. And Polteageist is a Psychic type Pokemon and also has the ability T-Break, which lets you discard a Mad Party Pokemon to draw 2 cards once per turn. So being a built-in draw engine, Polteageist gets to draw and set up the board by itself, and also it's got a Psychic typing, which means against decks like Urshifu, it really thrives. Now, we have Oranguru, which is Primate Wisdom to, get a little bit extra dig. 3 copies of Dedenne because we will need to dig and draw cards. A Crobat to draw more, and Mew to deal with the Rapid Strike Urshifu deck. Now, notable difference from this list to the other lists I've seen in the past is that it plays less copies of Evolution Incense and no copies of Electromagnetic Radar, which I've typically seen in a lot of these other lists that, want to dig further. The E-Radar can get you the Dedenne, the other Evo Incenses can get you your Polteageists and your Rimes to discard, but instead it plays 1 copy of Escape Rope, which I haven't typically seen in lists, kind of forcing your opponent into a worse play on turn 2, because you obviously, a lot of the time, want to go second as Mad Party. You have 1 copy of Evo Incense, 4 copies of Great Ball, 4 Level Ball, 4 Quick Ball. I think the 12 ball trifecta is very staple in this list. You've got 2 copies of Great Catcher to kind of bring up targets that you want to pick off on the bench, especially against ADP. You want to be sure you get the first hit. 1 copy of Ordinary Rod, 1 copy of Pal Pad, 2 copies of Boss's Orders, 1 copy of Giovanni's Exile. This really helps in the late game against a lot of decks that are going to look to pick off your Dedennes or Crobats to end the game, and you can clear your bench just to get ready to go, and also puts more damage in there if you need it. 4 copies of Sycamore, 2 copies of Air Balloon to help you retreat, 3 copies of Triple Acceleration, and 4 copies of Twin Energy. So let's get into some games. Alright, we're up against Cash. Cash is an amazing player. He's been really making his name in the online circuit. He gives us a hello here. Let's see what he's playing. Let's see what he's testing out today. He's letting us go first. I'm sure Cash is going to be ecstatic to be in this YouTube video. Now, this opening hand looks pretty solid, actually. I know we don't have anything crazy going for us, but we do have a balloon to pivot the Sinistea. We do have other pieces, so we're going to quick ball to Mr. Rime. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Bunnelby. We're going to go ahead and quick ball the other Mr. Rime. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a second Sinistea. Bench both of these bad boys. Air Balloon the active, and quick ball once more, drawing a fresh hand of 6. Let's check our deck for the Giovanni's Exile, because that is relevant to see if it's in the deck. It is there. That means we can freely use a Crobat and a Dedenne to potentially draw more cards and get where we need to be. Now this hand is pretty good. Twin Energy to Bunnelby, and we'll go ahead and pass the turn over. We can Dedenne this turn, but I think it's a little bit aggressive. We don't know what we're up against yet, so we should probably slow down a little bit before we go nuts. A Stellar Wish coming through from our opponent. Now, Cash is known to love his Scentiscorch, so we can assume maybe he's playing Senti, trying to grab that Volcanion, set up the board. Maybe he's trying to climb a ladder right now at this late hour. So we'll see. Pokemon Communication. What can his deck bring today? A Dedenne goes back in, still doesn't give us any information. Maybe he's playing Victini. Maybe these Victini sleeves are not lying to us here today. Now, our 1 copy of Pal Pad will hit the discard, unfortunately, with the turn we're going to have. But hopefully with this Great Ball, we can hit something like a Polteageist, ideally, so we can start drawing more cards. Victini hits the board. All right, let's see what happens. Welder, 1 energy. Okay, so we're hoping he doesn't hit a switching card and an energy. If he doesn't, we're golden. There's an energy, another Victini, and a Scoop Up Net. Okay, so our active Sinistea is going to hit the bin. That's a little bit of a tragedy, but can't complain too much. Now, can we get 10 Mad Parties in the discard to knock out this Victini on turn 2? Let's try it. We've got 3 already. Alright, let's Great Ball. Dedenne's fine with me. I think Dedenne is the better grab. I think there's more Polteageist to find across the board. So let's go ahead and Dedenne our Dedennes. Draw some more cards. Okay. Polteageist here. Okay, so we have no more dig here right now. So let's go ahead and Level Ball. Let's grab ourselves another Polteageist. Let's go ahead and T-break this Polteageist. Okay, not ideal where we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's drop the Sinistea. This hand is looking a little bit rough, and we'll go ahead and smack with the Mad Party. Now we're going to get the 2-shot off. If this active gets knocked out or he goes into the VMAX, it gets a little bit trickier to play around this situation. Now the one situation that would be really unfortunate for us is if he goes ahead and goes Victini VMAX and bosses up the Crobat, because then we would have a tough time dealing with it the next turn. Because he would get 2 free prizes, but that didn't happen. Another Welder comes down and an Energy Burst. Okay. Now we're looking for the Giovannis as soon as possible, but what's going to happen here is we're probably going to have to Dedenne again. So let's get this Guru down. Let's get another T-Boy down. And we're going to go ahead and Dedenne once again. Giovanni's Exile is probably what we need to get in one of the next 2 turns. Because we need to get the Crobat off our board. But, alright. We do have a nice and easy knockout here. Do I want to rod anything back is the question. I think the answer is no. I think everything can be okay in the bin. I have a lot of bunnies left. But I don't have any twins left. So, alright, let's go ahead and Great Ball. T-Boy. Let's get this guy into play. Air Balloon here. So the thing is, we can't use our bunnies anymore because there's no more Twin Energy. So let's go ahead and grab both Bunnelbys and throw them into the discard here. Alright, perfect. We have 8 cards left in the deck. We can make our opponent have an unfortunate rope in a second. We'll have 1 Polteageist left and a triple. So we have 3 attackers to close out this game. 1, 2 potentially, and then 3. So before things get sloppy, let's go ahead and do this first. T-break. Do I have any more recycle cards? No, so we'll just chill for a second. I can T-break this next turn. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm okay with everything here. In case I get Marnied, let's put Giovanni's on top because I do want to be able to use that next turn. And we'll Mad Party. Now, we went a little bit excessive and overboard here, but we needed to. We are running low on attackers. We do have a Sinistea for the follow-up. So we're going to have to go ahead and kill, or knock out, I guess, 2 V/VMAX, or V/VMAX Pokemon here. Maybe killing a Jirachi would put us in a good spot. If he goes into Victini VMAX, we do have to 2-shot it. At that point, I think we will lose the game. Boss's orders. He's going to go for the Crobat, I'm pretty sure, here. Because if he goes into the Crobat, this sets up a perfect knockout. And, you know, well, he can pretty much run away with this game at that point, right? Yeah, he can. Okay. So we're going to have to get a 2-shot off here. But it's going to be a difficult 2-shot. Hearth comes out. That's good for us because we get to discard some of our Mad Partiers that are stuck in our hand right now. Okay. Escape Rope comes out. We're going to give our opponent Dedenne. But he's got the boss in hand. We know that. We're not going to give him the Crobat for free ever. Okay. Max Victory comes down. Going down to 2 prizes on Cash's side. So maybe he doesn't get to set up another attacker. Maybe we have a small hope that that doesn't happen. So Polte comes up. Let's draw. Let's Giovanni's away these 2 benchers before things get sloppy. Get this guy down. Let's Hearth away the Rime. What do we have left in this deck? We have a T. We've got a Level, Evo Incense, a triple, and a Bosses. Okay. So we are running on fumes here. What do I care in case we get Marnie? The triple is probably the most important. We get our triple back. And we'll go ahead and Mad Party. 220. Pretty good damage here. Obviously, this is a really tough thing to one-shot. We really can't. So if he can throw down nothing this turn, Heatran comes in to play. So with 2 prizes left, I think he's in a commanding position to just close out the game if he has a welder this turn. Or he can just move 1 energy here, welder 1 to the active, and that's also game. Hot burn GX. Never mind, I forgot about that. Well, he GX'd here. So our best bet is to boss and hope he doesn't have... boss and hope he doesn't have another fire energy, but he already has a hearth in play. So the odds of that happening are incredibly low. We're going to try for it anyway. He's only down 2 fire, but that's the only play we can make. We were unfortunately a little bit too far behind by missing the attack on the first turn. Not going second definitely hurts because we do want to get the first attack off into anything. But, you know, here is the situation. And hopefully we can come back in the next game. But for now, I think this was an okay game. It was a good showcase of how the deck works. But there's the hearth. Cash is going to grab the fire energy. And that's all she wrote for us with the T-Boy. All right, we're getting into the second game here against Eparuza. I think this is another player that I've seen on ladder a couple times. I think that I've seen this player in my Twitch chat. So if you're watching this, hey man, how's it going? I'm not really familiar with what they play typically. We want the flip. We do want to go second. We want to get the first attack off. We want to swing in with that bunny. Bunny is the ideal opener. Not great here. We don't have a Sycamore. We do have a Sycamore, sorry, to keep drawing cards. We have 2 Great Balls, so we can try to find pieces to discard and get some damage onto the board. Yeah, Jirachi in the active. We don't know what they're playing still. Jirachi could be anything. The Urshifu decks play Jirachi. The Scent Scorch decks play Jirachi. Victini decks, obviously. There's a ton of Jirachi engine decks, so we'll see what comes of this situation. So let's see what he goes into. Cherish Ball means maybe it's a Mewtwo deck. I know these Mewtwo decks have been popping around a lot. That's like Rillaboom Mewtwo deck. This straight Psychic Mewtwo deck, Pikarom Mewtwo. Like these decks have been coming back to prominence, especially due to Urshifu being a very popular archetype right now. So Mad Party definitely preys on those decks. So hopefully he slaps down a Mewtwo and we can be smiling from ear to ear. Our opponent's taking a good time. Reshizard comes down. This could be tempo. Well, Cherish Ball means maybe not in tempo. So maybe it's just a Mewtwo deck, like Welder Mewtwo deck with a Zard. Yeah, I see Incineroar hits the board. I think it's a Welder Mewtwo deck, especially when you see the Cherish Ball. So he's, I think, debating. If he puts the Zard down, we can look for the rope. The 1-up, there's a 1-up rope in here that can definitely put us in a good position. Scoop up net. Maybe he picks himself up and ends the game. Haha. I'm kidding. Okay, it comes back to us. Very tame turn from our opponent. 3 Great Balls in hand. Let's see what we get. Dedenne is good to put in our hand. That's a dead card. We want the Bunny as a potential attacker. Put Bunny Boy down. Go again. Get the Rime. We're going to go ahead and do research here because we want a Dedenne later. We don't want a Dedenne if we don't need to a lot of the time. So this hand is pretty okay. Balloon is what we're primarily looking for here. So let's level. Get another T down. We have 2 Polte. We can quick ball for Dedenne. We have 2 balloons. Okay. So we can make this play. We can go ahead and pitch the Dedenne. Grab the Dedenne. Great Catcher. No freebies here. We're going to try to get a hit off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in the discard. Clean Dedenne for 6. Balloons first card. That's literally all we were looking for. Get another Bunny down. Retreat. And a clean 120. Now, if the Bunnelby dies, we need 1 more Mad Partier in the discard to knock out our opponent, which is super easy to do. Like, and we're up 3 prizes. Like, nothing, no sweat off our back. We've only lost 1 triple. We're going to lose a twin next turn, unfortunately. But I think being able to trade 3 for 2, basically, means we're already ahead where we need to be. So Giovanni's might not even come into play, even if we discard it. So we'll see how this goes. Flareon GX. I think our opponent's playing definitely Welder Mewtwo. The question is, what other pieces? Because if he doesn't have that many other fire attackers, Sinistea / Polteageist is definitely going to do a huge number on him. So we'll see if we can carry that to success here. Hearth comes down. He definitely wants to welder to a Mewtwo or something new attacker-wise. So we'll see if he can get that set up this turn. If he can't, he's definitely in trouble. Yep, definitely trouble situation. Now we need one Mad Partier, and our opponent graciously put out a Hearth for us, so we can discard one if we draw it. Top decking triple is not great here for us, so let's go ahead and research. Rime boys here. Polte, let's split up the energies. Let's Evo Incense for the other Polteageist. We don't want to keep digging uber hard if we don't need to. Let's T-break first because I want to draw cards, see what we get. Okay. Great Ball. No, maybe I should have taken... I messed that up. I should have taken Rime so I could discard it with break. With T-break. So that was a little bit of a missequence on my part. Let's go ahead and put Bunny on our hand. We have Ordinary Rod and everything, and we have a triple and a twin. So this game, energy is going to be our plight. But we have enough energy to hopefully close this out. We'll go ahead and take this knockout here. 200 damage. Clean, simple, easy. We have a rope in hand if we don't get knocked out. If we do get knocked out, well, we gotta go fishing. But we've got a lot of resources left. Our opponent knows he's counting our energies. We have 2 energy cards left, but 2 energy cards over 3 prizes. And there's a Dedenne already on the board. Seems like we could get this done. It seems like we get this dub done. Both our boss will be gone, however, probably next turn. And we're going to have to look for that Pal Pad. That's where that Pal Pad comes in handy. We have such a low deck, we can eventually use T-break to draw into exactly what we need. So that last Mr. Rime is probably super helpful to keep in the deck. Welder comes through. Heatran. Our opponent's going to go ahead and use Heatran this turn, which is also in one-shot range right now. We have enough pieces in the discard to one-shot it, so I'm not uber worried. But that's also 2 prizes, so the game's going to come down to, can I find a boss on this Jirachi maybe? A 1-prizer to take out in turn or 2? Like, I had to find these last 2 energies, honestly, and they're both in the deck. So that's basically what it's going to come down to. The question is, I have supporters left, so I can thin a little bit and then maybe Dedenne, but that might be a little bit greedy. Because if I research again, I could lose the game. But I mean, Pal Pad and Ordinary Rod both exist as well, I guess, so. Let's see. Heatran's obviously going to KO here. No questions asked. Mewtwo and Lopuff hit the discard. My opponent knows he can't put that Mewtwo down. The moment Mewtwo hits the board, that's a free 3 prizes for Polteageist, and that ends the game. So you can't do that. So let's see what goes on here. Steaming Stomp, as classic as we can expect it. And let's play our turn. Top deck energy would be great. Level Ball's fine. Let's thin. Nothing in here. Okay, let's go ahead and Quick Ball for our good friend, the Guru. And this way we keep a bench spot open. Everything looks A+ dandy. And research, we get to see 7 cards out of our deck. There, all we need is an energy. There it is. Perfect. We're going to hold the last balloon. Let's just thin some of these cards that we might not need. Boom. So Marnie could hurt us. Stamp could be really annoying. Let's go ahead and do this. Put Boss and Research back into the deck. I'm going to go ahead and put Balloon back on top, just because in case we get Marnie. That's really good. I want to keep this in the deck because it becomes a T-break target. So I would like to draw cards with it. So we're going to do that. That way we get an extra 2 cards if we do hit the Rime. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Research out of our prizes, really good for us. Another Rime. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our deck is draw for the last energy card. And that's basically what the game comes down to. And our opponent, I think, has to hope our last energy card is prized. But we know it's not, so we just have to hope that we can take it down from there. They also have to, I mean, they don't have to knock us out because we didn't hit the twin this turn, unfortunately. If we hit the twin, it'd be a little bit better. But we hit the triple, which, you know, again, can't complain too much about. But 3 energies back to the hand. Cho'Gath, or not Cho'Gath, Mewtwo, Welder, 2 energies over there. Why did I say that? Sorry. My brain is all over the place today. The Mewtwo finally comes down, but at this point, it does not matter. Simply because he will die to weakness anyway. So, Mewtwo's going to come up, take a free knockout, and unless he has like a Jolteon GX or something, this game should be over. If I can find the energy. And he has to go reset stamp this turn and hope I completely uber totally brick. So, let's see. And off the reset stamp, I get to see 2 cards regardless, and Oranguru gets to see me 1 more. So 3 cards I get to see. So we'll see what happens this turn. Reset stamp does come down. 1 card, Twin Energy. Reset stamp to 1 is a myth, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. I mean, you've heard it here probably plenty of times, but don't reset stamp your opponent to 1. They'll get exactly what they need. Do it to 2, do it to 3, maybe 4, even 5. Heck, do it 6. But never reset stamp Rahul Reddy to 1 card, because I will always, always, always draw what I need. Throw up the Polteageist. Don't have to say anything to our opponent. Just attach the energy. And Mad Party. That's the game. That's the knockout. If you guys enjoyed watching that, definitely remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that below. We will be covering more of the Champions decks, some of the cooler decks that are coming out. There's this Rillaboom Mewtwo deck I'm probably going to cover on Wednesday, and potentially the slow Mewtwo that's been doing super well with the Horror Energies and the Aurora Energies on Friday. So stay tuned for more content, and if you're enjoying the shorts or enjoying the videos, please leave a comment. It means the world to me. So thank you guys so much, and until next time, peace.